Hey everyone! Welcome back to the English Leap podcast. I'm Jennifer, and I am so happy you're here with me today. Let me ask you something really honest. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew exactly what you wanted to say in English, but when the moment came, something happened? Your heart started beating faster. Your throat felt dry. Your words came out quietly, or slowly, or not at all. Yeah. I know that feeling. And so do millions of English learners around the world. Here's the thing, that feeling is not about your English level. I've met people with perfect grammar who couldn't speak confidently. And I've met people who make mistakes in every sentence, but they speak with such energy and confidence that everyone loves listening to them. So today, we're going to talk about exactly that. How to sound confident in English. Even when you're nervous. Even when you're not sure. Even when your heart is pounding. I have 5 powerful techniques for you today, plus a full vocabulary section and a practice exercise at the end. So stay with me all the way through. Let's get into it. Before we get into the techniques, I want to share something that completely changed the way I think about speaking English. Research shows that when people listen to someone speak, they form an impression within the first 7 seconds. And that impression is based mostly on how you speak, not what you say. Your tone. Your pace. Your energy. Your eye contact. That means, even if you make a small grammar mistake, even if you pause to find a word, if you speak with confidence, people will trust you. They will respect you. They will want to keep listening. But if you speak in a quiet, hesitant voice, even if every word is grammatically perfect, people will feel unsure. They'll wonder if you really know what you're talking about. Emphasis. Confidence is the language before the language. Emphasis, and today, we're going to train it together. Technique 1. Slow down. Seriously, slow down. The number one mistake nervous English speakers make is speaking too fast. When we're nervous, our brain says, get this over with as quickly as possible. So we rush. We squeeze all our words together. We skip pauses. We barely breathe. And here's the irony, when you speak fast, you're harder to understand. People have to work harder to follow you. And when people have to work hard to understand you, they feel like the conversation is difficult. And that makes them less engaged. But when you slow down, pause, something magical happens. You sound more thoughtful. More in control. More confident. Even if you're terrified on the inside. Native speakers who are confident, think of a great TED Talk speaker, or a news anchor, or a powerful leader giving a speech, they all speak at a deliberate, measured pace. They use pauses on purpose. They let their words land. So here's your first technique. The next time you speak English, make a conscious decision to speak at 70% of your normal speed. It will feel strange to you. But to the listener, it will sound impressive. Slowly and clearly, take your time. Every word matters. Technique 2. Use filler phrases, 3:30 to 4:45. Conversational, share these phrases like you're giving someone a secret weapon. Technique 2. Use confident filler phrases, not and are. Every speaker, even native speakers, needs time to think sometimes. The difference between a confident speaker and a nervous speaker is what they do during that thinking time. Nervous speakers say after. And these sounds signal uncertainty. They make you sound unprepared. But confident speakers use what I call bridge phrases. These are short, smooth phrases that give you time to think, while still sounding totally in control. Let me give you some right now. That's a great question. Meaning, buys you thinking time while making the other person feel good. Example, someone asks you something difficult, that's a great question. Let me think about that for a moment. What I mean is, meaning, use this to rephrase or clarify your idea if you feel lost mid-sentence. Example, the project is, what I mean is, we need more time to complete it properly. If I understand correctly. meaning use this when you want to confirm what someone said before you respond. Example, if I understand correctly, you want me to send the report by Friday, is that right? Let me put it this way. Meaning, a confident way to rephrase your idea more clearly. Example, let me put it this way, this decision will affect the entire team, not just us. These four phrases are your secret weapons. They make you sound thoughtful, professional, and completely in control, even when you're searching for the right words. Vocabulary breakdown number 1, for 45 to 5:30. Slightly slower, clear, Jennifer explains each word naturally with a real example. Let me quickly break down some key vocabulary from what we've covered so far. These are words you need to know to talk about confidence in English. Hesitant, slow to act or speak because you feel unsure or nervous. Example, she gave a hesitant answer, she wasn't sure of the facts. Deliberate, done on purpose, slow and careful. Example, he spoke in a deliberate, measured tone that made everyone pay attention. Filler words, words like o that people use when thinking. Too many fillers make you sound inconfident. Bridge phrases, short confident phrases used to buy thinking time, like that's a great question, or let me put it this way. Rephrase, to say the same thing in a different, clearer way. Example, let me rephrase that, I mean the meeting is at 9, not 10. Measured pace, speaking at a calm, controlled speed, not too fast, not too slow. A sign of a confident speaker. Great! Now let's continue with our next 3 techniques. Technique 3, power of your voice. Energetic, Jennifer's voice becomes slightly louder and more dynamic here. Technique 3, use the power of your voice, volume, tone, and emphasis. Here's something most English teachers never tell you. Confidence is not just about the words you choose. It's about how your voice delivers them. Think about this, if I say, quiet, flat voice, I think this is a really good idea, how does that sound? A little weak, right? Maybe even doubtful. But if I say, clear, warm, emphasized, I think this is a really good idea, suddenly it sounds completely different. Same words. Completely different feeling. There are 3 things you can do with your voice to instantly sound more confident. 1. Speak louder than you think you need to. Most nervous speakers speak too quietly. They want to hide. But a louder voice signals, I am here. I have something to say. Listen to me. You don't need to shout, just project your voice clearly. 2. End your sentences going down, not up. When nervous people make statements, they often end with a rising tone, like a question. My name is Jennifer. That rising tone sounds uncertain. Instead, end statements with a falling tone. My name is Jennifer. Definite. Confident. Done. 3. Emphasize your key words. Put extra stress on the most important word in your sentence. This is really important. We need to finish this today. Emphasis tells the listener where to focus, and it makes you sound like you mean what you say. Technique 4, confident body language. Friendly, warm, this section feels like personal advice from a friend. Technique 4, your body speaks before your mouth does. This one might surprise you because it has nothing to do with words. But it has everything to do with how confident you sound. Studies show that your body language affects not only how others perceive you, it actually affects how you feel. When you stand tall, make eye contact, and breathe deeply, your brain receives a signal that says, I am safe. I am in control. I can do this. So before your next English conversation, do these 3 things. Stand or sit up straight. Don't hunch your shoulders. Open your chest. Take up space. This posture sends a message, both to others and to yourself, that you are confident and ready. Take a slow, deep breath before you speak. Seriously, just 1 deep breath before you start speaking. It slows your heart rate. It clears your mind. It gives your voice warmth and depth. It's one of the most powerful things you can do. Make comfortable eye contact. You don't need to stare, that's uncomfortable. But looking at the person you're speaking to for a few seconds at a time shows that you're present, engaged, and confident. It builds trust immediately. Technique 5. Prepare your sentences, 7:45 to 8:45. Practical, encouraging tone, like a coach giving a game plan before a big match. Technique 5. Prepare your go-to sentences in advance. Here's a practical technique that very few people talk about, but it works incredibly well. Before any situation where you know you'll need to speak English, prepare a few go-to sentences in advance. For example, if you know you have a meeting tomorrow, think of 3 sentences you're likely to need. Practice saying them out loud tonight. Just 3 sentences. I'd like to add something here. Practice this. Could you clarify what you mean by that? Practice this. I think we should consider, practice this. When you walk into that meeting and you need to speak, those sentences are already in your mouth. You don't have to think. You don't have to translate. They just come out naturally. This is what confident speakers do, they don't just wing it. They prepare. And preparation feels like confidence from the outside. Warmly, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be prepared. Vocabulary breakdown number 2. Clear, slightly slower, back to vocabulary teacher mode. Let me quickly break down the key vocabulary from our last 3 techniques. Project your voice, to speak clearly and loudly enough to be heard easily. Example, when giving a presentation, always project your voice to the back of the room. Rising tone, when your voice goes up at the end of a sentence, sounds like a question even when it's a statement. Avoid this for confidence. Falling tone, when your voice goes down at the end of a sentence, sounds definite and confident. Use this for statements. Emphasis to emphasize, giving extra stress or importance to a word. Example, emphasize the key word in your sentence to sound more confident. Posture, the way you hold your body when standing or sitting. Good posture equals open, upright, and relaxed. Example, good posture can actually make you feel more confident. Wing it, to do something without preparing, improvise. Example, I didn't prepare for the interview, I just winged it. It didn't go well. Go-to sentences, phrases you have ready and prepared for common situations. Example, I have a few go-to sentences ready for my meetings. Quick practice. Interactive, playful, speak slowly and leave clear pauses for the listener to practice. Okay, quick practice time. I'm going to give you a situation, and I want you to say the confident response out loud. Ready? Situation 1. Someone asks you a difficult question at work and you need a moment to think. What's your bridge phrase? Pause, say it out loud, that's a great question. Let me think about that for a moment. Situation 2. You're explaining something and you realize you used the wrong word. How do you recover confidently? Pause, say, what I mean is? And then continue with your corrected sentence. Situation 3. Before a big conversation in English, what do you do with your body? Pause, you stand up straight, you take one slow deep breath, and you make comfortable eye contact. Then you speak. Excited, yes. You're already practicing confidence. And practice is everything. Warmly, sincerely, slow down. Jennifer looks directly into camera. Genuine and encouraging. Warmly, and that is a wrap on today's episode of the English Leap podcast. We covered 5 powerful techniques to help you sound confident in English, even when you're nervous. Number 1, slow down. Number 2, use bridge phrases instead of m and er. Number 3, use your voice with volume, tone, and emphasis. Number 4, use confident body language. And number 5, prepare your go-to sentences in advance. Here's what I want you to do this week. Pick just one technique. Just one. And focus on it in every English conversation you have. 1 week, 1 technique. That's it. Because confidence is not something you're born with. Confidence is something you build, one conversation at a time. And every single conversation you have in English, even the difficult ones, even the ones where you make mistakes, every single one is making you stronger. Whispers, you are closer than you think. If today's episode helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a little confidence boost in their English journey. And subscribe to Speak English with Confidence so you never miss a new episode. Warmly, I'll see you in the next one. Keep practicing and keep speaking with confidence. Bye for now.